decision makers tend to ask that, should each department in my company have its social media initiatives? Now, the answer is yes and no. The answer is yes if you know that you have the budget to sustain that, you have the human resource to sustain that, you have the means to sustain it, you have products that have been branded independently. The most common example that I normally refer to, we have a company called Century Bottling Company, makers of Coca-Cola, Fanta, and whichever other brands. Now you find that when these guys are actually talking about Fanta, it feels like it's the only thing they manufacture. When they're talking about Sprite, it feels like it's the only thing they make. When they're talking about Coca-Cola, it feels like the only thing that they do. When you're talking about things like Renzori mineral water, it is a product of Coca-Cola, but you find that it has a separate social media platform, separate social media initiative, separate strategy in one way or the other. So the question is that, should each department in my company have its social media initiatives? The answer is yes, on condition that your products and your departments are well branded to stand independently. But in the event that you've not put your house in order yet, in the event that you've not put your portfolio, your products have not been put in order, spreading each department or permitting each department to have its independent social media platforms is going to mean that you're spreading yourself too thin. You have that gentleman, that girl that is working in your social media department, and you have like 6 pages, and you even recently put on the page for your CEO, and there are like 7 pages. The person has to think. I mean, chances are very high that you're not going to be effective. The proper response to this is that for you to determine whether each department should have separate social media initiatives, it's going to be dependent on the order that you have in place. And these are actually simple things that you can actually do. Evaluate, ask your marketing team to evaluate and see what works. So if you've had that question and you're wondering whether to put department A, department B, and have separate social media initiatives, the biggest question is, would you have the right, do you have enough human resource? Do you have enough ideas? Do you have capacity to run multiple social media platforms? So if you have all these answers, well and good. If you know that you don't have these answers, stick to one social media platform and make the best use of it. Once you succeed on one, then adopt another one. I hope that works. Thank you.